This is That Talking Podcast's 100th episode. 100. I'm JJ Starr.
And I'm Downtown Andy.
Welcome. We're here to talk and bring some civil discourse to an otherwise discordant world for the 100th time. 100 episodes, not including the episodes that nothing counts as an episode.
I'm trying to think of how to say it in another language, but I know I'm fucking
100.
Something or other.
Scent something. I would guess it has something to do with scent.
No idea.
I don't remember. I keep thinking 20. I'm like, venti. That's 20. Venti
That's
is
Italian.
20. Well, yeah, but there are many things like.
Congratulations.
Well, in French, 20 is vin.
You're retarded in three languages.
It's all that stuff. You're Downtown Andy.
I feel like a goddamn statue right now. Yeah? This hat is resting on my forehead, balanced by my forehead.
Well, you can take off your hat.
My tie is tight. My jacket is tight.
My boobs are tight.
Everything's just tight. Tight like tiger.
Well, make yourself. We're a little fancy today because it is the 100th episode. It's also the finale of season 2. 2 full seasons. Dose. Deuces, 2 full seasons that we have done this goddamn podcast together. How have you had a good time?
Yeah, this ain't.
It's fine.
There's a giant red mark on my head now, isn't there?
Nah. Well, did you have a good time over the last 2 seasons?
Lootin' always be a good time.
2 years. We've been doing this 2 full years now. Wild.
Yeah?
Yeah. And you know what?
I feel much better now.
Well, good. I want you to feel good. I want you to feel peaceful. Why?
Now I can think because that thing's not cutting off my goddamn circulation. I bought that fucking hat for, what was it? Our date to Sleepy Hollow. No, yeah, Sleepy Hollow.
That's why you bought that?
Yeah.
Because I said be at your Victorian finest.
Exactly, and that's exactly what we did.
Yeah.
We were the fanciest dressed couple at that fucking guided tour of an old cemetery.
We were very fucking
I think Washington Irving's corpse was fucking jealous.
I was wearing a bustle skirt that night. Okay? And brocade. Who fucking wears brocade to a seminary?
Who even knows?
This guy.
Did you say seminary? You said seminary.
Cemetery.
A seminary is
I know what a seminary is.
Where boys go to learn how to be priests.
Did I say seminary?
You said seminary.
Cemetery. I wore brocade to a cemetery, and I took flowers from Washington Irving's gravesite.
Thief.
And it wasn't against the rules because that's not one of our rules, but we do have rules, don't we? We have rules here in podcast land.
1, 2, 3.
3 of them. We know how to say 3. We don't know how to say 100 in other languages, but we do know how to say 3.
Again, I'm waiting for the blood to rush back into my head.
It's all good.
And my throat. This is an old coat, by the way.
Take your time. You look good.
You look velvety.
I do. You know how I love velvet.
Lemony fresh.
And antiques. Look, this is an antique.
Something borrowed, blue, black,
yeah.
Bruised, brown.
Bruised?
Bon
Probably
vivant. Somewhere. Traveling, jet-setting playboy.
Rules, right?
Yeah.
We can't forget the rules.
No judgment, nothing personal, and don't be a dick. See, I can do it too.
Don't be a dick. That's right. 3 rules.
For the sake of civility.
Times.
In the bubble.
We've done this 300 rules. 300 times.
We have not done this 300. We've done this 100.
300 rules we've abided by.
Okay, I see where your math is doing.
There are sometimes I can do math. That's great. What do you want to talk about? This is like the 100th time I've asked you that. What do you want to talk about?
What do I want to? This is certainly not the 100th time you've asked me that, but you know what? I initially wanted this to be a clip show, kind of like The Simpsons or some other such sitcom. Like, let's just go back in history and just talk for a minute and then insert clip from funny episode. But then you reminded me that we only have teasers from season 2.
We do.
We didn't even start doing video until season 2, right?
That's correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
We should take them on a journey. We should take them back to the first set.
The first set?
The first set. Nah, never mind.
The first set.
The first set.
The first set.
Well, we didn't always do this at the table.
No, we used to do it in the bedroom. We used to do the bedroom. We used to be in the bed. We would sit in the bed, and the reason why we chose the bedroom was because
we're fucking lazy.
No, we chose the bedroom because it's the softest room in the house.
And except that's not even the same mattress we started this on.
No, No, but it's still the
That's
room
not
with
even the last
most,
mattress.
It is the room with the most soft surfaces.
We started this podcast 2 mattresses ago.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No way.
The one we just have now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh no, you're right. That's
I know
right.
I'm right.
That's right. I'm thinking. I didn't count the
one in
in-betweener.
August? Yeah.
I didn't count the in-betweener.
Last August.
What did you say? And belower? The 40 and belower? As far as age groups go? You said that like last week or something. That was a good one. That was the day I think we were making up all kinds of words.
You've been making up words for like the last 4 episodes.
Why not?
I'm not
Why
complaining.
Not?
I'm just
It's
saying.
not a rule.
But anyway, we started this 2 mattresses ago.
We did 2 mattresses ago.
We've done it in the bed. We've done it at the table. We've done it on the couch. We've done it in the chairs. We've done it at Giovanni's.
We've done it in the
car.
We did it in the office.
The office.
You wanted me to do it while I was prepping for the first Blood and Ink convention that we did, and I was
That's
painting.
right, we did,
And you
yes.
just brought in the mics, and you're
We've
like, "We're recording an episode."
We've done it everywhere.
We have. We did do it in the car. That was a fun one.
On the ride to the wedding.
Yep. And we've talked about a lot of stuff, and we've talked about a lot of things multiple times.
Sure, we have.
But
Ice cream, music, movies, complaining about the next generation, complaining about old people, complaining about coworkers, complain.
We did that one episode where we were both
not a sponsor.
Super sick.
We've done.
We did that COVID episode. You did an episode on shingles.
I certainly did. We did a kitchen sink on shingles. We've interviewed one guest in 100 episodes.
One whole guest, yes. And we've invited people to be on this show, but nobody has the
questions,
time for
calls, comments for your concern. Like,
yeah, we've asked for it.
We've had feedback in person. Like,
we've gotten feedback in person.
I would like to take this opportunity to give shout outs to our regular listeners, the people who are constantly telling us how much they love what we do. No, they don't get that now. I want to shout out Nick, Oscar, Travis, my family that listens.
I think Stephanie listens.
Amanda, but those 3 at the top are at least on my end, my biggest, sources of constructive criticism.
Yeah. Have they had criticism? What do these people have to say about this podcast?
I mean, like, Oscar has given me, constructive feedback. He's like, I think you should try this, maybe do this, maybe do that, with that other thing, like maybe whatever. Because I do the same thing with his, I give him notes. We give each other notes because he podcasts.
No notes. I don't do notes.
Well, I sometimes pass. Anyway, whatever. Travis just within the last year or 2 got into the podcasting world and, was trying to pick my brain and I was picking his brain and we're just, goofing off talking about, podcaster life. Yeah. And then Nick is just our quintessential fanboy.
And I would like to give shout outs. Okay. I would like to give shout outs to all of our listeners in Europe and Asia, because let me tell you,
worldwide,
y'all seem to really enjoy this shit, and I appreciate you for it.
It's really funny when you like poke me in the middle of a day and you're just like, look at how many downloads we got in Wisconsin today. Look at this whole East Coast. Look at Bangladesh. Look at who's listening to us in Bangladesh.
India is our -- country after the U.S. as far as downloads.
Well, that's because they're keeping tabs on you after all that stuff you said about the pharmacists.
Listen, like India, Australia, and the UK. Y'all love us.
For those who don't know, our local pharmacy got taken over by Indians like overnight. Like one day it was a bunch.
Yes, the staff does seem to be mostly Indian.
It was a bunch of like locals of all mixed varieties, and then one day it was just all Indians.
And I don't dislike the pharmacy staff as a whole, especially not because they're Indian.
Certainly have no problem with Indians.
There is only one of those people that I do not like, and that's because he is in fact a dick.
Yeah, John is kind of.
He's an asshole.
That's not even like,
He's so mean. Like I'm like if you're
Listen,
coming to me
we can,
for help on something, I'm not gonna be a douchebag.
We can do this next week.
All right, fine. We'll do this next week.
Besides,
all right, we'll put a pin in that,
anyway.
And we'll forget all about it by the time we record next week's episode.
Because that's not really an Indian name.
I
never understood that. Why, when people like come here, they take on an Americanized name? Like, why don't they just keep their name?
Maybe their name is not easy to pronounce.
So what? It's their name.
Yeah, but I mean,
Like
you
if my
can
name was
still, like-
Jalfreezy, I'd be like, oh, Jalfreezy Genesino right here.
Right, but you could also go by Freese. You could tell people your name is Freese.
Right, but
you
if
could
you're-
say you don't like your name or the Americanized bastardization that people make.
But
of
if your name is Admiral Akbar and all of a sudden you tell people your name is John, like,
I told you, I'm this close to telling people to call me Betty. This close.
anyway,
This close. Anyway.
what do you want to talk about?
I was actually thinking about one of our first episodes because I see the stats every day. I look, and I run the numbers, I do all of the
You
logistics.
crunch them numbers.
I do all the logistics bullshit on the back end and everything like that. And there's always I look at the first 3 episodes of this podcast. Not including the teaser that we put out at the beginning saying we're podcasters now. And then
With that horrendous script that we wrote in like 5 minutes. We're just laying a bit like that.
Listen. It's funny. It's funny, and it's even funnier looking back.
Just
on
those
it.
lines that you wanted me to recite, and I'm looking at it, and I'm like, just trying to say them with any sort of enthusiasm when I'm, horizontal and trying to fall asleep.
Well, next time, write your own damn script. You told me to just write it, and whatever I wrote, you would say.
Get your own monkey.
I went with it. I rolled with it. But I think about those first 3 episodes.
And where would you like this delivered, Mr. Papa Giorgio?
I think about the first 3 episodes. Okay. The first one was about downtime.
Yep.
We talked about the differences.
It's been the recurring
And-
theme in
and
this marriage.
those have that episode in particular has really, like, if we were to go back and listen to that right now, I feel like it would be like, whoa.
And we've
Like
gone
the
back to
difference,
that.
yeah, like the difference 2 years has made on these people right here,
Mhm.
you and me.
Yeah, a lot of things have changed
a
since
lot
then.
of things have changed. The amount of downtime we have.
Which is funny because, like, I still feel like I'm living in 2023.
Yeah,
I still feel like it's 2020. Like it's
we weren't even podcasting in 2023.
no, but that's when we bought all the stuff to get into it and get it started
Yeah.
and going.
That's
And then,
when we started to hatch it.
it was sitting around for a couple of months before. Like, wait, are we ever gonna get this going? Like,
Yeah.
but we get lazy.
It wasn't
Sometimes.
even lazy. It's
We
one
get
of those-
lazy
well,
sometimes.
yeah, I mean everybody gets lazy sometimes, but you have to think that, like,
That's why there's no new theme song.
this, not yet. There's still time.
Yeah.
But I think
I'm just I'm trying to get a hold of the Cantina band.
But it's the same thing with the theme song, I would say. I don't chalk it up to laziness. I would say that it has more to do with stop it.
I'm singing the Cantina theme. In
I
my
know
head.
you are. All right. Cut.
Where's my viola?
Stop. I literally, and it's gone.
No.
Nope, it's
No.
gone. I have no idea what the thought
It's-
was. Thank you
it's-
so much.
It's gone.
You know that this happens to me, and I'm starting to think
You'll
that you
pick
do
it
this
up
on
again.
purpose.
Yeah, no, we're having fun, aren't we?
Well, I'm having fun.
Are we having fun or what?
Are you wearing pants?
I am wearing.
Oh, you
pants.
are wearing pants. I'm not wearing pants, but I'm
Well,
wearing a
you're-
dress, so it doesn't count.
That's because you're a woman. Wait a minute, you're a woman.
But yeah, so the first episode was about downtime. The second episode was one about movies.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Because you were like, we need a puff piece.
I don't think I was talking about needing puff pieces.
You used the phrase puff piece because
On
that would not have come.
On episode 2, you think I was saying we need to take a break from the heavy hitting stuff?
The phrase puff piece never would have come out of my mouth. You said we need some puff pieces.
First of all, I said fluff pieces.
One or the other.
But
Chinese, Japanese, Vietnamese. Look at these.
First of all, I'm pretty sure that you were the one who wrote a list for
Yeah,
the beginning of
you-
episode
you
for the beginning
wanted-
of season 1.
You wanted a list of topics.
You
and we
yes.
brainstormed one. We brainstormed the old list, and then halfway through season 1, we went through it and we're like, how many of those have we done? And then a month or 2 ago, we made up at the beginning of the year. We made up the second one, and we went back to it like once.
Well, that's because we keep finding other things to talk about. This was supposed to be
No.
the list was
I have to-
no. The
I-
list was supposed to be for when we didn't have anything to talk about.
I have to cut you off there because it's not that we found other things to talk about. It's that we couldn't think of anything, didn't think to cross-reference the list, and just made it up on the spot.
That's okay.
Laziness.
I have to cut you off now
I'm cut.
because you are the one who said, I don't like to work from a list. I don't like to work from, I don't like to go into it with something pre-planned. I would rather just fly off the cuff like that and everything. So don't you tell me that it's laziness. It's not laziness.
It's not that. I don't like anything being forced. Like parts of this feel forced because it's like, oh, it's the 100th extravaganza.
The only thing that is forced right now is that tie and jacket, and you know it. It's the only thing I said, and it's because you said we should do something big for our big 100th episode extravaganza, and I was like, sure, why not? We'll get all fancy, and we'll sit there and we'll have a conversation about how we look fancy.
Lucky for you, I don't have the same gas today that I had yesterday.
Lucky for our listeners, I think, and lucky for me also.
I don't know that would come through on the microphone because then it would go.
It would sound like popping sounds. Why is it pop? Why is the mic popping? Anybody else's mic popping
We've
today?
got popcorn going. Listen, we made Italian ice cream cones yesterday, and
we did.
We used frozen meatballs. Don't kill us. It was her idea. And, well, it was. You wanted turkey. And I ate a little bit too much.
I said we could get those turkey meatballs. The reason
they only had one kind, though.
The reason why I said it was because you are basically a solid, and I'm trying to keep you on track with this not eating fatty meat.
Yeah, but I could have made meatballs out of ground turkey.
Yeah.
We had breadcrumb, eggs, all the stuff to make meatballs with.
Why didn't you say you would rather do that?
Listen, at this point in the game, I would always rather cook fresh than, honestly, like I'm at the point now where I'm actively going to avoid fast food, processed food. Like if I can get, fresh and afford it, like, because not just for, like, here's the thing. Not only is processed and fast foods ruining my digestive tract more so now than ever before, but it's ruining our wallets. We spent the last, 2-3 weeks talking about how fucking expensive everything's been.
Yeah.
Like, I think I mentioned this in an episode, but like I saw articles saying that people are now just like, why am I going to pay an arm and a leg for garbage food? I might as well just pay the little bit extra and get, real food at a not non-chain restaurant.
Didn't you say that you got a turkey sandwich from somewhere today?
Bagel Man.
You went to Bagel Man.
Yeah. And
you spent
$12.
You spent too much money on too little sandwich.
Exactly.
Okay.
But that's the recurring theme of everywhere that I've been going lately. Like,
then why are you still going? Why are we still going?
Because it's a step up from the McDonald's, Wendy's, Burger King, that I had been doing for so long, because
I will give you that.
I had to remove the apps from my phone so I wouldn't use them. Like, how long did you hear me say, like, I have to use up what's left on my Starbucks balance so I won't go there anymore? Because if I have any little bit, there's some chains out there where if you have a gift card or you have a balance on your app account or whatever it is, they won't let you just deplete what's in there. You will be incentivized to use it and then add more to it to cover whatever purchase you're making that day, or you have to spend the exact amount to get the full value.
Yeah.
And one day last week, I actually managed to get a coffee that cost exactly what I had left in it. Because in the account, that's when you use it from that, they give you the double points. And I blame you for that because you got me into this expensive coffee.
Saying that if you put your money on a Starbucks card, you can get double points.
But for the longest time, I was so anti-Starbucks, not because, one, the regular coffee has always been crap. But I will say all the handcrafted shit, the lattes, the mochas, the whatever, that's some good stuff. It's tasty. It's tasty snack.
It's tasty goodness.
But it's so even before, the economy is what it became. It's too expensive. But paying $5 for a drink is stupid.
But would you rather pay $5 for a Starbucks drink or $5 for a Dunkin' drink?
I would rather pay $5 for no drink. Like, a beverage should not cost $5. Okay, the fact that we went to Burgeritoville last Sunday and my iced tea was like $3.90.
Your bottle of
Pure Leaf was $3.99. Like, what the fuck? Yeah. Where is this upcharge coming from?
A little 16-ounce bottle.
And it wasn't even cold.
Yeah.
I will say this though, I went to Starbucks one day and I got one of their cold matchas. I'm like, let me give it a shot, see what this hype is all about. It's the concentrated Japanese green tea. Honestly, I think between that and the other changes in my diet, that's why I lost 6 pounds in the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, and I mean, literally, you are basically
dehydrating myself.
You're basically freebasing. Yeah, you're freebasing caffeine at this point.
Well, no, that's so I've been having one matcha a day. That's it.
Caffeine.
But that's that and my cup of coffee in the morning.
Caffeine.
But other than those two, zero caffeine.
Are you sure?
No soda. No caffeinated teas.
Espressos?
Nope, no extra espressos. I've cut out the espressos.
But you've replaced them with the matcha.
I have. Okay, so my routine was 1 cup of coffee a day. Okay.
Mhm.
And then once you got me on the Starbucks kick, I was getting, an espresso here, a latte there, this, and the other thing. And then now it's just the coffee at 6 something in the morning. And then the matcha when I come home from break. And that's all my whole caffeine consumption for the day.
Yes. Okay. Well, good for you. I say gold star to you, sir. Now you have to understand, though, everything else that you're doing to your diet is, you're basically... this is the weight that you have lost. It's all water and cholesterol. It's all of the plaque that's built up in your arteries, and you're finally
look at what's in the fridge.
Out.
We got fresh fruits, we got fresh vegetables, we've got fish. I'm not eating tons and tons of red meat like my doctors have been telling me for years to stop doing. Like, I'm not smoking anymore. All my doctors are like, how often do you drink? I'm like, once a month maybe at this point. Like,
it's been fun telling my doctors when they're just like, do you drink? And I'm just like, no. And they're just like never. And I'm like, no.
This is another reoccurring
never.
theme about this podcast. Is us constantly going on about our health journeys, crises.
Well,
whatever.
I've always been in crisis mode. And I think that you have reached that point.
It's the thing that I get from you.
It must be.
Just like how you get your bold...
My rage.
Yeah.
My rage,
from
my
me.
sense of rage from you. Yeah. You've really bled it all over me. It's just like, let me just have like a little bump of rage and now I'm hooked. But I'm really
so
nice because
fucking
I'm not
ready.
but like I'm not really
Intensity, that's what it is. You've gained your intensity
my
from
passion.
me. Yeah. There you go.
I was passionate before.
We complement each
you.
other so well. I'd like to think we do.
I think we complement each other very well. I think we complement I didn't do you
anything.
opened right into my fingernail.
Your industrial size, like, yeah.
It's funny as these grow out, because it's been almost a week now that I've had them. And it makes me wonder, like, when I got these ones at this length, I was like, I wonder how long I'll be able to live with them. Because I'm not used to them being this long anymore. And I realize that they're only going to get longer as they grow out. So it really does make me wonder how long I will be able to live with it. But it's been 6 days now.
I still don't know how you people wipe your butts with those things.
Oh my God. This has been one of those things, okay?
I know, we've talked about this before.
Literally, the only thing that you cannot do with long nails is pick up a dime. That's it. If a coin drops on the floor, it's a lost cause. You'll never be able to pick it up ever again.
Hold on a second. If you can't pick up a dime with those things, then how is it that when I used to grow mine out to play, I could pick up dimes, guitar picks, anything?
They were this long?
Not that long, but long enough.
Yeah.
Mine at their longest were probably half of that.
The other thing is that the consistency and the depth.
You're telling me you can't
nails?
pick up a dime with those?
Not with my nails. Not with my fingertips. I can go like that. I can squeeze it like a crab claw.
I bet you I could.
I can
Give me one of those
squeeze
things.
It between
hit me,
two.
nail me up.
Squeeze it between two. Don't even test me, because I will go upstairs and get my kit right now. I will nail you up like you. Well, it's Good Friday. I won't say that.
And then they're all gonna sign off. Like, I didn't pay for this.
You know who we haven't talked about yet on this episode, on our 100th episode extravaganza?
Who have we not talked about?
The baby.
She can come over at any time.
Our executive producer. She's been there from the beginning, and she'll be there till the end of time. Sadie G. Everybody applaud the dog. And actually, that was what our third episode was about.
Dogs, that's
was
right.
about the dogs. And specifically, that's where I got angry.
Because of how people treat dogs.
Because of how people
or neglect
treat
dogs.
Because of how people treat old dogs, specifically. This dog, my Sadie baby, I adopted her when she was about 6.5 years old. And she has been with me for almost 9 years now. And this animal, I have watched her go from brown to gray I mean, you've seen pictures of her when I first adopted her. She doesn't look like the same dog.
Hmm.
She has no gray on her face and everything. She has been ambushed and attacked by other animals. She has gone through, a bunch of different, ultrasounds and procedures and stuff. She's got gut problems. She's got arthritis. She's got this, that, and the other thing. She's basically me. And every time since, I would say probably since like 2022, 2023, ever since she turned 10 and forward, everyone seems to think that, well, she's getting old. And it's just like, so the idea seemed to be, and this is what that episode was about, was the idea seemed to be that we just sort of disregard, anything that's going on with an animal because they've reached senior age.
You know what? In my years of caring for dogs, okay, because there was a large chunk of my life where dogs were just absent from it.
Yeah.
Okay. But more so in the years of my dog caring time, I've noticed that, I've come across more people that are just all about the dogs. All like the dogs take precedence over everyone and everything else, and their care and their comfort come first. And, I've come across far less people that are how you describe that, when a dog gets old, it's kind of like everybody that I meet that's an animal lover, like the animal is their life.
Yeah.
Like they are obsessed with that animal's prosperity.
I have a deep appreciation for people like that.
And I myself have, adopted that because I was real combative with this dog when we first got together.
Yes, you were.
I could not get over the fact that she would just not stop barking when I entered the room. I didn't want her near me. I didn't want her, getting into it with the cat or, the other dog. And lo and behold, now she's licking my face. She's cuddling with me in bed. She's coming down to let me walk her in the morning. She stinks like spit all the time.
Not all the time.
Sometimes she lets me pick her up like a baby.
Yeah. She is.
Which is what I want her to sit on me like Charlie used to. I want her to just sit on me.
She's not that type of dog.
I know.
She is over 15 years old at this point, and I've been worried because she just had her annual visit to the vet and everything like that. She goes every week for arthritis shots, which not only help her joints, but it also helps with the incontinence problem that we were having for quite some time, for like a year.
It's nice to not have to clean up the rug every other day
and not have to wash her bed every morning. But it was one of those things where it was like, well, I resign myself to the idea that she is getting old. But like, I still refuse. And I think she's refusing to age too.
But as we said in that episode, like we all are, does that mean that we're going to kick ourselves to the curb or each other to the curb when we get incontinent?
Exactly. And she has been a part of this podcast for 2 fucking seasons now, and I think she's done a great job.
And still hasn't been on camera yet. Why don't you go grab her?
I'm not going to grab her. She's resting comfortably. She hasn't had a cheese pill
when
today.
you make the teaser, okay? Don't put the teaser up with a video of us talking from the episode. Just do a still shot of her with our audio. Just her like in a party hat or something, like from one of her birthdays. It's just her sitting there going like this, and it's just our audio in the back. That way she gets her.
I think that's
her 15
fair.
seconds.
I think that's fair. Yes. I think about a lot of the episodes that we've done and everything.
I had to do some math about an episode today.
You had to do math?
I had to do some math because I was thinking back to a year ago now, and I was thinking back to the Better Friends on a Mug of Beer episode. And I'm trying.
That was not quite.
I'm trying to remember. I was trying to remember because I could have sworn it was April.
No.
I thought it was April.
It was right before Memorial Day.
It was May 23rd.
27th.
No. Okay. So the episode aired on the 27th.
Yes.
The incident took place on the 23rd.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
And it's really weird because that happened on the 23rd.
Yeah.
We talk about it. Episode airs the 27th. Yep. And that was coincidentally the last time I saw Dad. And then that following Saturday. Yeah.
Yeah. That was when you went to Denny's.
On the 27th.
Yeah. And now Denny's is gone. It's not just closed. It's gone, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, no, that particular one is. I don't think that they folded yet.
Not yet.
But I mean, now the very last time I will have ever been at Danbury Denny's is with my dad.
And you have the receipt to remember.
I do, yeah. And it was his idea because you wouldn't go with me.
And I still won't.
No, we can't.
We were up in
we lost Boston Market.
We were
we
up
lost
in
Denny's.
losing Boston Market really sucked because that was our tradition. It wasn't
did
even a tradition because we didn't get to do it more than once.
We ate. Okay, so we ate there together like that Thanksgiving, and then like
times.
1 or 2 times after that.
1 or 2 other times. We took the boy one time.
We did. Yeah,
we did.
It was nice.
I think it was great, and I think it's unfortunate that stuff like that goes away. But I think about like.
But we won't.
No, we won't go anywhere. Look at us. We've been here for 2 years.
We're
not
a
going
staple.
Anywhere.
We're a staple of the podcasting community.
We are milk and eggs right here, baby. The milk and eggs of
bread.
The milk and bread of your podcasting.
Who wants coffee? I'm making the coffee.
I'll have decaf.
I can't do that face. But yeah, so it's fucking. That's another thing that we did an episode on. Like, no, never saw my old man croaking, in the middle of a season. But
what the episode we did after your dad died?
No, I'm just saying I didn't anticipate him, dying and then doing an episode.
We definitely didn't put that on the list.
That took me by surprise. Like when that day, we get the call and it's just like, and I'm like, what the I know he was just in the hospital, but it wasn't, that was par for the course for him. So. And only now, almost a year later, am I kind of back into the swing of things.
Yeah.
I don't think about him as well. I mean, I think about him all the time, but I don't dwell on it as much.
Yeah.
So
you move past the mourning into the sort of living with grief phase of it, because when you live with that grief, it is just a part of. It is a part of you.
Because what's weird is that just for me
mourning.
Personally, his passing all of a sudden overshadowed my mourning over my mother and my brother.
Yes, it did.
So John died and then my mother died. And then when my mother died, I was still sad about John, but her passing was fresh. And then it was just okay, not thinking about him, but still miss them both and everything. But then dad dies and it's just okay, now I don't have room in my brain to think about the two of them because this is fresh. Caring for him has been going on for all these years at this point, since, because there was a pretty lengthy span between when she went and he went.
Yeah.
And we still joke, about how anytime he would fall and call me up in the middle of the night, waking me out of a dead sleep, you got to come pick me up. I get over there at 10 o'clock on a Thursday, like that one time. And I'm like, you fell in the most comfortable of positions and woke me up?
You have to come get me. Your brother took a melatonin. That's always going to be funny.
Mike said he's done with melatonin.
Yeah?
Yeah, he said he's doing fine without it.
Good job.
It's no good for you.
Maybe that gave him the kidney stones.
Mike didn't have kidney stones.
What are you talking about?
I don't think Mike had kidney stones.
Who had kidney stones?
I don't know. Who do you know?
What are you talking about?
You said the melatonin might have given him kidney stones.
You just told me 3 days ago that your brother went to the hospital because of kidney stones. You literally just told me this.
No. Different Mike.
Oh my God.
No.
Okay, you know what? This is something we're going to do as husband and wife in perpetuity going forward.
Just call everybody by their last name?
Call everyone by their last name. You have 2 brothers. You can call them brother 1 and brother 2, and everyone else is by their last name.
Brother Fred?
Because literally 12,000 people by 3 different names.
Daryl number 1?
That's it. Yeah, Daryl number 1 and Daryl number 2.
I like Uncle Arthur.
Everyone's name is either Mike or Nick.
Or Chris.
That's it.
Or Kevin.
That's it. You only know people by this name, but you know dozens of people by the same name.
Maybe we should start embracing the abnormal naming.
What, like the Little Rascals?
The next time we get a pet, we're gonna name it Janiqua.
No, we're not.
Why not?
Because we're gonna
Deshaun?
name it. No, we're gonna name it Meatloaf.
No.
Well, you said I could.
I did?
Yes.
How about Papadopoulos?
No. Meatloaf Papadopoulos.
Done.
All right, deal. That's a deal. You heard it here, folks. You're witness to this whole thing.
For some reason, John used to have a fascination with that name.
Papadopoulos?
Papadopoulos. I think he was secretly Greek.
Maybe that's where the eyebrows came from. Those dark eyebrows. He's Greek. He's good Greek boy. Oh man.
Why do you make him sound Russian?
What else? Again, it's so weird to think of like everything that we did. And
It hasn't hit me yet that this is number 100. Like I'm how long have we been sitting here?
Here's something weird, okay? So as we mentioned, we do not have like sound bites from season 1. But then how did we promote it?
We had sound bites. You did audio clips with just the background with our logo.
But where did we promote it?
Everywhere, all the same places.
I'm going to go with no.
Sure we did.
No, I don't think that's true.
Do I need to?
You're going to have to, because I went back and looked for them and I can't find shit.
Pause.
I can't find any of it. I looked on Facebook. I looked on Instagram. I looked in the files and everything, and I cannot find any of it.
All right, I'm looking back.
Literally cannot find it. All I can find are the actual audio files of the full episodes. So I'm just like, where in the world
is Carmen Sandiego?
Did we promote this shit? Like, how did people start hearing about us?
Here you go. April 9th, 2024.
Yeah, 2024. What is that?
So doing exactly what you and I are doing right now, but with alcohol and like that literally was just a way for me and my friends at the time.
This is what you used to do.
That's episode 0.
You used to put up the old logo.
I remember that, but for some reason I don't have any. Oh, you know what? Maybe they're in my email.
Here's the teaser, March 30th, 2024.
Yes. Now find episode 1. See, whereas I, on the other hand,
April 23rd, 2024.
The week dropped off at the mall and said, "Call us whenever you need a ride back." And we went to a movie. Where do you have these?
These are my Instagram stories.
They're in your Instagram stories. It must be in my email or something.
Remember this
one?
one?
All right. Come on.
Yeah. So they
must be somewhere. And that's what I was saying, was that they must be somewhere.
They're on one of the hard drives.
No, they're not. That's just it.
Did you purge everything?
No, I didn't.
Are they on the sex drive?
I've never found them anywhere.
They gotta be on one of the external drives or one of the iPads or.
No, I think they're all in my email, because when we were on Buzzsprout,
oh boy,
back in the day when we were on Buzzsprout, it would email me the soundbite when the soundbite was ready.
Well, I should still have most, if not all of them.
It's so weird. It's so fucking
And if I,
weird.
worst case scenario, I can just screen grab them.
Because that was something, because again, when we talked about doing a clip show for this 100th episode extravaganza.
Hi, I'm Troy McClure.
Yeah, right? We talked about
You may remember me from such films as.
But legitimately, I went back and I reorganized all of the filage. All of it. Okay? All of the videos, all of the audio,
okay.
all of everything.
So this has been a reoccurring theme, and I think you asked me this last week. You didn't actually ask me this on the podcast, but you said to me off air, you're like, why do you always do this? Why do you always ask me like where my topic or my idea is coming from? So, and I explained it to you. 1, it's my way of probing you for information.
Mm-hmm.
2, it's to incorporate you into the conversation so I don't do all the talking because it's not fair.
Uh-huh.
Okay. And I genuinely would like to know, and I think our listeners would like to know, because it's like, why not explain where it's coming from?
Okay.
In the same vein, and now I of course lost my train of thought.
How does it feel?
I'm not that far behind you.
Does this have something to do with the sound bites?
We'll be right back. No, clip show.
Yeah, we were talking about doing a clip show. And I said, I don't mind doing that. It's going to be a lot more work than we're used to, because we got to dig through everything.
I was going to say something about asking you where the reasons for your topics came from, and now I can't remember why I wanted to segue into that or segue into something else.
So just while you're digging, let me tell you something.
Jog my memory.
Okay, let me jog your memory about something, because yes, every time I usually ask you, what do you want to talk about? Because you're usually on fire about something and you want to talk about it.
Now I remember.
Go for it.
Okay.
Before you forget, go for it.
So the reason I brought that up, okay, asking you where things come from, I want to ask you here now on the 100th extravaganza. Ooh, do you smell what the Rock is cooking? Ooh, yeah, dig it. What made you want to get into podcasting? And I think we talked about this at the very beginning, but why? No, this is serious. Why all of a sudden, 2 years into our marriage, okay,
weekly profile,
2 years into our relationship, okay,
yeah,
you came up with the idea to get this. This was your conception.
This is my brainchild.
This was your baby, okay, and you wanted me along for the ride as your co-host, cohort, contributor, partner, financier, like.
Everybody needs one.
What? Okay.
The backer.
As opposed to anything else we could have done, considering all the other entertainment mediums you've explored in your lifetime, arts, modeling, acting, music, all sorts of entertainment avenues. You picked podcasting.
Yes.
For us, for the two of us to delve into.
Yes.
Why?
Why podcasting?
Why podcasting?
Why podcasting? Why is Bob Belcher? Honest to God, because you and I, for the first 2 years of our relationship, you and I were in, granted we were married at very early on, but we were talking in depth. We had these very deep conversations, these extended conversations, like the TV would go off because we wouldn't stop talking about stuff. Okay. And it would, these conversations would just go on. And it would a lot of the time be debates. It would be debatable kind of topics and everything, because you and I were still
learning about each other.
We were still learning about everything. We didn't know everything about each other. And I'm sorry, sidebar, any of you out there who say that you are ready to get married because you know everything about your partner. No, you don't.
No, you don't.
Trust me, you don't.
I'm still finding things out.
You dive in face first when you are willing to spend the
face
first when you are willing to spend your life with someone. It doesn't necessarily mean you know everything about them. End of meeting. But you and I were still in that sort of getting to know you deep dive. Getting reacquainted kind of thing. And we were learning more and more about not just each other's like preferences and foibles, but like deep-seated core beliefs. And, it just sort of, sparked, in me this idea that like, I genuinely think that one day I just came up with it. And I was just like, we should do a podcast. And I think I brought it to you, and I think you sort of like, we're just like, okay, lady. Yeah, we'll do a podcast.
Because I'm fucking lazy and to have to get up and get it started and keep up with it. Like we've developed the routine now. Now we know where everything is, how to set it up, how to, get the parameters of everything going, how much time, like we've got it down to a science.
Yeah, give or take.
But in the beginning, it was still
like
fly by
the baking is a science.
It was still fly by the seat of our pants.
Yeah.
And I don't know about you. I don't think you did, but I did this once before.
You did this once before.
I did. If you call it we did podcasting, vlogging, whatever. It was just, as I've said, my friends and I getting together, doing the same kind of stuff. Usually them ragging on me.
Yeah.
But it was funny. It was fun to, make shit up and make jokes and make fun of people. And then for me to sit there at a laptop and do what you do and edit shit together.
I had never done a podcast before. I'd never done a vlog. I did a live journal, but that's solo.
Well, didn't we all?
Yeah. That's the closest thing that I used to do was a friend of mine in middle school. We used to like put a VHS tape in the camcorder and just like, record us being stupid.
Everybody.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's how we get to a
literally, yeah, that's all we did.
Chicago edition.
But I was like, wouldn't it be cool if you and I did a podcast?
Is it cool?
Is it?
Is it cool? Oh, no. Cool.
I think so. I think we're cool cats. We're pushing middle age soon, but
if we're not now, we'll be cool tomorrow.
But yeah, like it was really just sort of an idea. And I think that your blasé attitude towards the idea in its nation in its infancy was very much the reason why I didn't move forward with it right away, because I was like, he does not actually want to do this. If I step out of turn, I would dare say, not to talk out of school, but I would dare say he thinks it's a stupid idea.
Because
that's what your attitude said to me.
Oh, I know. Because in the beginning, there wasn't enough information coming out of you to entice me to be like, oh yeah, let's get on this. Like at one point you said, we need this, and that. And I'm like, okay. And it arrives, and then months go by. And it's like, are we ever going to start this thing? And then eventually I'm just like, I spent all this money, and it's like, let's get this shit started. Like, you know. And
thus it was birthed. And it came out a little doughy, but it has, it has,
and as you said,
hardened up in the last couple of years.
Hardened up.
It's
like
gotten,
a roll?
It's grown a crust.
And we've gone from half hour to 45 to hour to,
it's weird looking back that like some of those early episodes are like 26 minutes long.
Well, because you wanted to be very cautious, like not to go over a certain, because Buzzsprout used to cap us at however many minutes a month.
We used to only have a certain amount of upload time per month,
and you specifically wanted one episode per week, so we had to narrow it down.
Yeah, and there was more than one occasion where we just didn't get it out in time.
There were some occasions where we're just like, it ain't happening. Like, that's always been my biggest regret, is the fact that there were a couple of episodes where we got started and then something didn't go very well, or you said something that made me, on edge, and I'm just like, that's it, cut, done. And I walked out, and and I'm not going to lie, like we had a couple moments where, I at least was steaming, and I'm just like, we'll come back to it.
And I let it go because we're human.
Yeah.
Like, shit happens, okay? And emotions do get pinched and stuff like that.
Like, I know I'm a goofball, but, there are some times where it's like, I don't want everybody to know this or that, or to see me in a certain way.
Right.
Because it's I'd like to say I have no shame, but,
But
I got to keep up the ante.
When you and I went into this, I thought we both went into it with this idea that like everything is fair game so long as we're willing to talk about it.
Yeah.
Like, and that's why we have the rules, is so that there are no low blows. There are no, we are not here to judge one another.
But when you call me out for lying about the heater,
I thought it was funny. I wasn't even mad, because the minute it happened, I knew you lied.
I know it was stupid, but you were half asleep and I was cold, and I think anybody else in my position would have done the same thing. Anyway.
It's not about calling you out. It's not about calling each other out. Like, I could say the same thing, honestly. Whenever I do come up with a topic of something that I want to talk about, something that is literally just a blip on my radar, not necessarily a current event or something that happened and everything, just something that, like, hey, I thought about this. What do you think about this? And everything. And then you start going in sort of like, quote unquote, what is your point? I feel like a moron.
No, that's just me saying, what is your
point?
I
truly have felt like an idiot. Like, now I have to justify why I'm even thinking about something like this.
That's an inference that you're making, though.
It is an inference that I'm making, but the same, it's the same kind of thing. It's a little emotional tweak.
But it is not, it doesn't behoove me to make you look foolish. Like, first of all, I would never do that because that's just mean. And second of all, look at you. Thank you. Like, I won. I won. In more ways than one.
I think that you and I
not only that, but let me inflate your ego for a minute here.
Do it.
If I haven't said it on the podcast, you're without a doubt the most intelligent woman I've ever known.
Take a note.
Intelligent.
I am very
Your head is
intelligent.
never in the clouds.
No, I'm not a fiddle faddle.
You don't do dumb things. You don't say dumb things. You make up silly words, but that's about it.
So did Shakespeare, and people called him a genius. I mean, at least after he died.
But that's why I wouldn't rather do this with anybody else because of this, because we can go back and forth and we don't miss beats. And the conversations literally, especially when we're off camera, just never end.
Yeah. It's nice.
And you have, and you make valid points.
Thank you.
And you have interesting, takes on things.
Have you ever gone back and listened to that episode where I told you about my interpretation of Don't Fear the Reaper?
Yes. I go back and listen to old episodes more than you think.
Yeah?
Because in the beginning, you said, if for nothing else, this is a good way to document our relationship. Because when I look back on people that are either have passed on or are no longer in my life, I think to myself, I don't have enough pictures of that person.
Yeah.
I don't have enough videos of that person. There's usually very few videos of anybody. And I certainly have very few pictures of me and that person.
Yeah.
If that's if there's even a video of me and that person.
I understand that.
There are now at least going to be 100 videos of you and I.
100. Well, since we only started doing the videos in season 2, there are technically only 50 videos so far.
Okay, there's going to be at least 100 episodes for me to go back and listen to your voice. And yeah, because if you died tomorrow, I guarantee the day after I'd be sitting in the chair rewatching episodes on a loop.
You're sweet. I'm not dying tomorrow. Toy, salt over the shoulder. But yeah.
That was
Let me ask you something.
Norm Macdonald knocking.
Why, when I said we should do a podcast, were truly, don't just say laziness. Why were you sort of like, whatever about it? Like, honestly.
Because in the beginning, I wasn't sure how involved I was going to have to be. Because I took on the responsibility with the old one, with the first one. Because 1, I didn't want to trust anybody else to do it themselves.
Yeah.
2, I'm pretty sure nobody wanted to do it. 3, I think I was just like gung-ho for it from the start.
Yeah.
It's like, ooh, I get to be the one to put in the music and the zingers and, cut everything together and pick what, stays and what goes. Everybody else was just kind of, the on-air talent. And plus they were all funnier than I was anyway. So, but they were, I didn't have a quick wit then. I don't have one now.
You're the Abbott. You're the Bud Abbott of this.
I'm the straight man.
Of this
I'm
outfit?
always the straight man.
Yeah.
Which tells you all you need to know about my sexuality.
Straight as an arrow.
And so when you came to me with this, it was like, am I going to have to do editing? Am I going to have to, sit there and tinker with stuff? Am I going to have to, it seemed like one more thing on my plate at the time. And at the time I had a lot going on.
Yeah.
I was still in 2 bands.
Were you in 2 bands?
I was in 1 joining the second. I was still on the board here. I was still the union steward at the office.
Yeah.
I was wearing a lot of hats because shit was pissing me off and I had to make my voice heard in a number of rooms. And it's like, oh, this on top of that, whereas, look at us now, I'd much rather be doing just this than all those other things. Most
Wouldn't
of those
that be
things
fun?
I'm not doing anymore.
That would be a lot of fun if all we did was this.
I kind of look forward to Sundays and Mondays now because it's just like, okay, we may not have something on point to talk about, but this is our ritual. This is our routine. And there are people that look for the fact that we have followers, that there are people that look forward to this as part of their routine.
Yeah.
Like their week, like I know my week is always kind of messed up when a podcast I'm waiting for isn't on time or isn't as scheduled. So to deprive somebody else of that, especially if it's important enough to them, like for example, when Nick is driving to work, I think he's serious. He could be half joking, but he's just like, what? When's the episode up? Or, oh, what are you guys talking about this week? And
10 a.m.
But,
Shit.
we joke because we're friends, but this could really be part of his week,
I think that's cute.
My favorite podcasts are part of my week. And when they're not there at the time that I expect them to be, it's just like, okay, well now I gotta find something to fill that void.
I feel the same and I understand that. I think that I sort of was hesitant to get this ball rolling because you seemed so reluctant to want to
Like-
do it. And I was like, he's going to think I'm so stupid.
Let's get one thing straight. Like, we do not have big heads about this. We're not making $1 million.
No.
We're not,
No,
getting 1 million streams and shit like that. Like, this is a passion project. This is
not
fun,
yet.
Not
Not
that
yet.
it couldn't be. Yeah. But
We have Lifetime.
on the TV. You have been watching My So-Called Life.
That's not a Lifetime show.
It might as well be.
No, it's not. That's vintage MTV. Yeah.
On Lifetime.
On Lifetime. What was I gonna say?
You thought
we
that
have we have Lifetime for over the last 2 years, and it doesn't sound like a lot when you break it down that way, but we have just over 250,000 downloads on this podcast.
and how many of those are yours?
How many are yours?
I don't know, maybe a couple hundred.
Well, I would say same. The rest come from India, and lately Colorado.
You know what we really should do? We should get the auto dialer, and that way they can be the ones to be like, to go to the download, and then they get a message like, "Greetings, friend."
and then we
Do
get
you
a
wish to be as happy as
$1
me?
in the mail. Oh man. It's been a crazy ride though.
It's been fun
It has been, and it's going to continue to be.
because we're not beholden to anybody. We don't have, we're not beholden to the Mattress Warehouse advertisers or anybody else that
No.
puts up their ad. Like
Target.
We've had Target ads.
Yeah.
Pretty soon we're gonna have to start adding logos to our members only shirts.
No, that's going to come with money.
Yeah.
That's going to come with a check.
It's really funny. So like a lot of the podcasts I listen to are not huge, okay? But these guys, they always kind of like marvel at the idea when they go to a convention or something that they're going to for themselves and then they get recognized.
Mhm.
I've yet to be recognized for this, but I still think it's going to be really funny like if it happens when we go somewhere and be like, "You're from That Talking Podcast."
Imagine.
That did happen to me. I know it's happened to you in other things.
It has.
It happened to me once when one of my old bands, I walked into
Yeah.
a gas station and the guy behind the counter, I'm like, "How did you recognize me without face paint?" Anyway.
Yeah, it was the weirdest one for me was when an actual friend of mine sent me a text one night and was just like, I don't know if you're aware of this, but I just saw a video of you on YouPorn. And I texted him back, I think that's a little bit more telling about yourself than you want to let on. I'm like, because you just told me.
Like that one friend of
So
ours
you're-
that subscribed to the OnlyFans.
Yeah. I literally was just like, listen, friend, I know I'm out there.
Yeah.
You want to explain yourself now?
Mhm. What kind of spaces are you trying to get
Like,
into?
well, thank you for your $1.
That's it?
It's everybody gets a cut. It's residuals.
Hmm.
Every once in a while that check comes through and I'm just like, ooh. Buy myself a halfway
soda.
decent dinner. Are you looking forward to season 3?
No.
No!
Can have the same blasé attitude about that.
Bullshit. You're not blasé anymore because
Are we
this
taking-
is
are we-
a success.
Are we taking next week off?
We are taking next week
I don't
off.
want to take next week off.
Well, that we can record next week, but I'm not editing.
Oh, so you're giving yourself a week off.
Yes, we're gonna take a goddamn week off.
Well, then you're not getting paid for it.
We're allowed to take a week off, damn
But
it.
why? What if something happens next week?
Then we'll talk about it the following week.
Yeah. What else have we not thought to bring up in this episode? What else has happened in the last 2 years that
What else has happened in the last 2 years?
Yeah. What else have we done episodes about? Do I need to go to the list?
Go ahead.
Go to the
Go
list.
ahead. Go to the list.
Let's
Go to everything.
see.
Start from the beginning.
Start from the
Start from the beginning. What about we talked about therapy in the
Yeah,
beginning.
we
Talked
did.
about that.
We talked
We talked
about
about mental health.
fast food apps.
We talked about fast food apps. We talked about
You made up
ice
a new.
cream.
You designed your own new logo, the one that we currently have.
Yes, I did.
1 hour is up. Yep, taking the train of thought to Tame Town.
Fame Town. You wanna try
Live
that
and
one,
let
yeah?
something. The one about boobs.
The
That
one
was a
about
big
boobs,
one for
we did
you
talk about
because
boobs,
you
yes.
were all wanted to talk about like, oh, this fucking. Oh wait, no. I'm thinking of the Playboy sweatshirt episode.
Oh yeah, that was the Why
Yeah.
So Sensitive episode.
All about the I am a musician.
We talked about music.
What is
Yeah.
wrong? I feel like there's something wrong with that. Yeah. The realist talk.
What was that one about?
I think
The
that was
realist talk.
that was the heavy. That was like when I was getting really emotional about like witnessing my brother's crime scene photos.
Is that what we talked about?
I mentioned some stuff about that, you know,
Yeah?
because it happened. Like the day he died, I saw
Yeah, I know
everything, and it was,
Hmm.
I was at a rough patch, you know, because like I was dealing with a lot of anxiety around that
Yeah.
time, and thinking about that a lot, and it's just like, it's a fucking tough thing to wrestle with. Like those images are burned into my head for life.
I know.
So
What else did we talk
I
about?
scream, work hard, or love dying. Mowage is what
That
brings
was
us.
That was
The
the one in
COVID
the
podcast.
in the
Yeah.
car. Yep, and then COVID.
Mental health. There's a lot of mental health ones. A lot of we went back a couple times. So like today's got to be an episode where we talk about mental health.
We've done a couple of wellness checks.
The election coverage ish.
Oh yeah, we did the sort of election coverage ish.
We did.
Which we will be doing this year when midterms comes around.
We talked about when Charlie Kirk died. We talked
Yep.
about when Trump got shot.
We did?
I was outraged, like because we were laying in bed, and then douchebag texted me and was just like, did you see what happened on the news? And I'm like, no, what? And then my whole day was just shot.
We
from
didn't
there.
do a whole episode about
Yeah, we
that.
did.
We did?
Yeah, we did.
Why don't I remember that?
It was the Tuesday after he got shot.
I don't remember making an entire episode about that.
Because it was 6 months, or not 6 months. It was like 3-4 months before the election, and it's like, you fucking kidding me? Like why? Like why does this? Why are we at this low point in society?
We talked about food. We talked about
Merry frivolity.
yep, we talked
New
about
Year's, same shady
holidays,
stuff.
yep, New
9/10 of
Year's,
something. The ump will
resolutions.
shun you.
Oh,
Sandwich.
The ump will
shunning.
the ump will shun you, and the shunning
Yeah.
were about that guy right there. That was about
This guy.
But then the reprise, I got dragged into that one
Yeah.
because that was about
Band nonsense.
yeah, that was about censorship and bullshit and people being bad friends.
So again, throughout the course of this podcast, I have successfully let go of a lot of leeches on my life.
Mhm.
People that I don't miss nor need.
Do you think that this podcast is weeding out the dead weight?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Sure.
Because we're being honest?
I've always
We're being
believed in
honest
being
very publicly?
Listen, just because there have been moments in my life where I've been dishonest doesn't mean that I don't subscribe to honesty.
I gotta say, in relation to that though, in relation to some of that nonsense that we did at the beginning of 2025, and the bullshit that happened to us, for all of the bitching and quelling that, all the ups and downs that you and I do, we very rarely call people out by name.
Because he didn't want us to tell the truth. And the truth was, all I did was something that he wasn't willing to do. I asked a question to get an answer that should have been answered 6 months before, so we could move forward with our plans for the summer. And it started a big fight, and it got me out of a really bad situation.
But this whole thing is the idea that, we're talking about people that are real, and we're talking about things that are actually happening and everything, and a lot of it is personal.
And he's like, don't talk
Don't
about
talk
me.
about me. It's like, listen, just because you know that we're talking about you, we never mentioned your name.
Well,
we
no,
never
we
said-
mentioned his name.
Well, at some point we
Yeah,
did, but
yeah.
not while we were talking about that.
No, we did. Yeah,
No, we didn't.
I'm pretty sure we did.
No, we didn't.
Well,
But that's just it, is that we are not here calling people out. It's like the disclaimer at the end of everything. It's like, all of these people are fictional. If anything looks like real life, that's on you, not us.
But the thing, I had a very, very good conversation with Travis today. He was catching up and telling us about this convention that's coming up he thinks we should go to. And, so for those who don't know, Travis Myers used to run Altercation Records. And Altercation Records is the label that Two Fisted Law, the band I used to be in, was signed to. he owned a bunch of bars. He provided, means for us to tour a lot and do all sorts of cool things and shit. But now he's, enjoying being a podcaster and an author and, likes to, talk about this, that, and the other thing with us and everything. And we were talking earlier about ethic. Now, granted, I've openly admitted I can be lazy, but, most of the time I like to push myself and push other people because as you've pointed out, I always think that everybody can do more. Everybody can do better. We can always be better versions of ourselves. Okay. And I like striving for that because you get better results when you try harder, not just in podcasting or music or art, but all facets of life. And he and I were talking a lot about how as we get older, we are weeding out, the people and the scenarios that are not serving us, that are not contributing to our prosperity. And our prosperity lies in the effort we put into what we do.
Yes.
He and I are realizing that, the things that are in our pasts need to stay there and they don't need to be revisited. It's time to open new chapters, start new things, take on new ventures, connect with new people.
Are you leaving me?
No. Maybe.
Is he encouraging you to leave me?
No. I'm simply saying that, the reason I bring this up is because when I was still younger and more naive than I am now, I was intimidated by him. I was hesitant to approach him because I felt like since I'm the new guy in the group, I'm not allowed to, I don't have the same longevity of a relationship with him as the rest of the guys who've been there with him since day one. But I would pick his brain from time to time and, chit chat and try to, introduce myself and be like, hey, I'd like to get to know you too. And, and I've had so many more conversations with him since the band ended than I did when I was in the band.
Yeah.
So, and it's great because he as a person is very kind, very interesting, very informative, very compassionate. And the kind of person I would want to hang out with.
That's nice.
He doesn't stand for any kind of nonsense.
It's nice that there are people who are like
he's
that.
a stand-up, straight-up kind of guy.
Yeah.
And I wish more people would be like that.
Take a note, people.
So, and I genuinely feel like, even though we just chit chat here and there, like I feel like he's looking out for us.
Well, I'm going to do it here and now, just because I literally keep forgetting. And now that you've brought Travis up, I'm going to go ahead and do it. Travis, the book's good. I enjoyed it. I think it read really well. And I thought it was, it held my attention. It was a page turner. Okay. I keep forgetting to fucking tell you that. So now I'm telling you.
Do you need his number? I have his number.
So there you go. Yes. Good stuff. Same thing with the podcast. The podcast is good too.
So he always will send me a link to episodes that he really wants me to listen to. And the thing is
his podcast.
I like his I like the dynamic that he has with his guests. And it's the same thing. He's probing them to get them to talk about their area of expertise, and it's we're talking about very, very different things. Like our podcast is about anything and everything. His is more related to his past careers. But it's. I will say it has been nice to run into him as frequently as we have, that he's so close and to just catch up because, for the longest time, I thought he was always so far away and that once the band ended, I'm never going to see him again.
Yeah. I definitely didn't know. He's taught me a lot about the geography of Connecticut.
Because the thing of it is,
I definitely didn't know where I was.
I don't know how much I've said this,
teaching me,
but I owe my time in Two-Fisted Law. My time in Two-Fisted Law gave me you, gave me him, gave me a lot of years of fun and exciting times and a lot of, connections with good people that I still have to this day. A lot of great memories to look back on.
Yeah.
And I'm grateful for that.
And I am grateful for it also because it gave me you.
So as much as I bitch and moan about Kyle and the way he's been to me over the years, I still owe him quite a bit.
Well, isn't it a shame that he'll probably never hear that?
Eh.
Oh well, it's out there. Somebody tell him. What did Rob say he calls him?
Al-Qaeda?
No, not Al Qaeda. He calls him like type 2 Kyle Beatties. Right? Not to be offensive or anything. We're not here for that.
Have you seen Kyle? Have you seen Kyle? He's this tall. That's an old one. That's an old one.
Oh God. This podcast has
It's brought to you by
by the letter.
Lifebuoy.
This podcast has really been like I feel like a bright spot for me because it's something that I always look forward to doing. And I'm
No,
glad.
you don't.
No, I do. I always look forward to doing the podcast and to getting it out there. It's like checking something off a list.
There's still WD-40 on the
Like
floor.
it's not. You need to mop that shit before you fall.
Damn
on
you,
your
mop and
face.
glue.
But like, it's one of those things that like you and I do this together. This is something that you and I do. It's not just something that gets done. It's something that you and I do together. This was my idea, but it wouldn't be happening without both of us. And that is what is important to me. And the fact that, we say, and we said from the beginning that, the reason why we have the rules is because we have to live with each other afterwards. So, we don't want, to be so vicious in our argumentativeness that, we roll away from each other in the middle of the night kind of a thing.
Because we've had some heated conversations.
We have had some heated
We've
conversations.
had some adamant disagreements,
We've had some moments, admittedly, we've had some moments where, the camera goes off and we don't talk. We go to our separate corners and we just sort of come down.
But that's more on me because I know what I need to refresh, to restart. I need those 5-10 to an hour or whatever to calm, to cool off, and
and I need to give it to you.
Yeah, because otherwise things will get worse, and I just need time to build up some gas so I can and then that'll
just
usually
blow it all out and be ready for the next one.
Because there have been quite a few episodes where we've had one of those moments. And then we'll let 5-10 minutes go by and then we'll start fresh. We'll start with something either totally different topic or we'll try and go back into it. But then we'll get into our usual routine of, joking and our little quips and everything. And it'll be like it never happened, And then next day, life back to normal. And because we're husband and wife, we're married, we get it.
Yeah.
I at least get it.
I get it.
Yeah. So
I get
it's...
it. Yeah.
Again, I'm not trying to give anybody relationship advice or anything, but I honestly think that doing this has been good for us.
And we would be doing this even if it was off screen.
We were doing this.
That's why we started doing this.
Yeah.
We were doing this, so that's why we do this.
Because probably 95-96% of the time, our conversations on camera are not forced. It's all just I'm finally at the point where I'm not worried about the camera looking at me.
Yeah.
And it's just like
it's looking right at you.
I know.
It's right there.
Yeah. But you and I are having an actual conversation.
Yeah.
For the sake of everyone else's entertainment.
Not just. I think it entertains me too. Does it entertain you? Do I entertain you? Don't you dare. Do not dare.
I'm not you.
I don't trust you right now. Stop it.
You ruined my setup. It was going to be one of those long pauses to where I'm like, no. But anyway,
I did not. You've done several things in the last 48 hours that make me not trust you sometimes.
And you've even adapted that from me. You're gassier than I am sometimes.
I have IBS.
And that makes it okay?
It makes it explainable.
Like you said, as long as you poop with the door open, couple should be fine.
Are you having a good time?
Luton always be a good time.
Doing this podcast with me?
Yes.
You want to do it again?
Next week?
Do it next week?
Yeah.
Next year? Do it again in season 3?
Oh, man.
Because once we start season 3, we're committed. We have to go through to the end.
So that means I have 2 weeks to get a new theme song together.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I'll knock it out tomorrow. Perfect. Wait, no, I have a show tomorrow.
No. Tuesday. We'll do it Tuesday.
Okay.
Okay.
Tuesday's my day off.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yes.
But they'll be listening to this on Tuesday, so. Yeah. Nobody knows that we're recording this on Friday.
Well, now they do.
Well, they had to get this far.
One of these days, we're actually going to have that calendar down because I always forget that this doesn't come out
Listen,
the day that
it's
we're
better that
recording
they,
it.
because now, as long as nobody knows the exact days and times when we record, they can't bomb in and screw it up, or have ninjas swing down from the ceiling wielding Uzis.
Well, like Griswold House style
Yeah.
with the SWAT team coming in the windows
Right.
and shit.
Although I think that might make for an interesting episode.
I think it certainly would, but we're not suggesting that the SWAT team should descend upon us. Please don't call in. We would
Welcome
really,
to our
really
home.
want to. Welcome to our home. What's left of it. I had a good time. This was nice.
This was.
This was a good talk. 100 episodes. 100.
Yep. And on that note, we cue the music.
That's it, baby.
Meh, meh,
God.
meh, 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 meh.
Thank you. Thank you for sticking it out. 100 episodes deep. And we will be back in 2 weeks with episode 101 in the beginning of season 3. And God willing, a new theme song. We'll see what happens.
I'll get right to it.
So stay tuned and find us in the meantime on Instagram, DT Andy and JJ Star with 2 R's. You can find Tax Collectors and Harlots. You can find Love Hard Art and Coat of Arms Tattoo. Tax Collectors and Harlots is playing a show tomorrow.
Right.
Yes. So
Yeah.
when this episode airs, it will have already happened. So
Hopefully we plugged it last week.
we did plug it last week, but you have another one.
April 25th.
April 25th.
Dead Language. We're doing another Cobra Wrestling show at Dead Language in Hartford, Connecticut. Come one, come all, burlesque, drag, wrestling, rock show. It's always a good time. The people at Dead Language are very good to us, and it's always a great time.
And they have homebrew ginger ale.
They have homebrew a lot of things.
Yeah. But
And Sadie's always the belle of the ball.
oh yeah, she will be there. She's always on the sofa having a good time. And before that will be the New England Tattoo Expo, where the fam from Coat of Arms will be tattooing. They'll be tattooing us.
They'll be finishing us
They'll be
off.
finishing us off. And yeah, so find everybody, pass it on, spread the love, and tune in. Again, in 2 weeks, we will be back. We're going to take a little break next week, a little private time to
Thank you
ourselves.
for your patronage.
Thank you for your patronage. And don't forget to download Podbean. All right. Give us a like and subscribe. Tell all your friends. Pass it on. Download the app because we get money and we like your money. But more than that, we appreciate what you have done for us because without you, this would be stupid.
I mean, I wouldn't say that.
This would be
This hat is
reckless.
stupid. It's 2 sizes too big.
It's fine.
I'll put it in the wash, see if it'll shrink.
That's it. That's a full lid and a cap on season 2 of your favorite podcast, the #1 podcast you're listening to right now. That talking podcast from the
3 of us.
from the bottom of my cockles and from the 3 of us here at
Sadie
That
G.
Talking Podcast. She's Sadie J. I'm JJ Star.
And I'm Downtown Andy.
And we will talk to you later.